Hey guys, it's the Chubby Repairman coming at you with another episode of Story Time with Chubs. Today, the story we have for you is Strange Dog. Before I get started, we'll put it on the front side of the video. Please like, comment, share, follow the Chubby Repairman on Facebook. Is my main place, but also I'm on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Patreon. Just search the Chubby Repairman, you should find me. Anyways, getting into this story, it might be short and sweet, but went out, called on a job, work on a refrigerator. I would say about 10 years ago, or in that ballpark. It was on Cedar Road, Osceola County, down kind of right near Eagle Village. I was called out to service this refrigerator. I don't particularly remember uh, what I was doing. Was it the ice maker? Was it not cooling? Was it making a noise? I don't remember why I was there. Customer leads me into the house, and one of the first things I notice is the subfloor is coming right through the carpet. Like there's places in the carpet where the subfloor is coming right through. In other words, the carpet and the carpet pad have been worn so thin there's virtually trails down to the subfloor throughout this house, and it didn't really match the house. You know when you're going to one of those houses, right? Like you're outside. The outside has a look to it. Get near the door that usually already kind of has a smell, and then the inside of the house matches what you're expecting to see from the outside of the house. And I don't mean by any means that this house was in bad shape as far as it wasn't dirty or anything, but normally when you find a house in, like, it seems like people didn't address something or in bad shape, usually the outside matches the inside, and this wasn't the case. The outside was a nice house. It was I believe, a modular, double wide, but things were well taken care of outside. But in outside of the flooring itself, I mean, everything was clean and it was fine. So I thought it was just so out of place that these floors had allowed the carpets to go down right down to the subfloor, and it was so weird too because it seemed like it was in trails, right? It was almost like in certain areas, but it wasn't the whole flooring. It was really strange. The wear was weird, of course, but I didn't hadn't really done any math at that point. I just thought it was. I observed it was really out of place. And so I go to the refrigerator, and it's a side by side refrigerator, and I'm facing the refrigerator, and I start to hear this animal stir. And I'm so used to dogs, guys. I grew up with dogs. When I was young, we had beagles, we ran rabbits. When I got older, we had running walkers, we ran coyotes. Dogs don't. I don't mind dogs. Dogs don't bother me. The only dogs I don't like are the ones that are about that high that are chewing on my ankles while grandma's telling me that Princess would never bite a soul while he's while he's biting me. I don't typically care for the little yappy ones, but the big ones, they don't bother me. They don't affect me. The only big one I would say that sometimes gives me pause is a German Shepherd, only because they have one bark for everything. So they're a hard dog to read. They're always still. They're always stoic, and they always have a sharp bark. But we're getting on another subject. But anyway, so I don't. When I hear there's a dog in the house, or I can tell there's a big animal in the house, I don't think anything of it. I just go about my business. Because if it was a mean dog, it would have already presented itself as mean. I would have already known about it. And this dog didn't even bark, never even let out a bark, so I wasn't worried at all. So I'm working on the fridge. Um, I start to hear this animal stir, and I noticed it had a strange gait. Like you get used to hearing dogs walk, and it's something. It just didn't sound right. The noises weren't matching what I'm used to with a dog. And so, again, used to dogs, don't think anything of them, and I just go on about my day. I'm just working on the refrigerator. Well, pretty soon, as many dogs do, I feel this kind of nudge against my leg. So I reach down to pet the good boy, oh, hey, good boy, just to say hello. And I realize that when I go to pet this dog, the hair is really coarse and long, and something just don't feel right. So that's when I look down, and what's looking back at me is about a 300-pound pig. These people had a house pig, and he was the sweetest, nicest pig. Like he was really super kind. He was just like having a Labrador in the house. He was just coming out to say hi and get his ears scratched, but he was he was completely unexpected. Here I am looking for a dog, and it's a pig. And he had this big old, he was like 300 pounds. He was huge, and he had these long spikes like you'd see on some junkyard Rottweiler. He had this long spiked collar, but he was just the sweetest pig. But he's not. Get the image of a little pink pig out of your head. This was a 300-pound all black, coarse haired pig, and he was the house pig. Now the floors made sense. The hooves on this pig had wore right through the carpet and the carpet pad, and it created these polished paths throughout. I mean, it had actually polished the subfloor, and so this pig had polished the paths. Well, and I understand why they never addressed the carpet issue in the house, because if you're going to have a house pig, it's going to wear through your carpet. So, anyways, guys, that's the time when I ran into a very strange dog. And again, like, comment, share, follow the Chubby Repairman. I'm on all the socials, and you guys have a great day.